good afternoon and welcome to my biltong making video. We're going to make a quick, simple biltong and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. We just need a couple of things before we start, just to make sure. I've got some rock salt and some brown vinegar. You can use any brown vinegar you like. This one is brown apple vinegar, it's very tasty. We'll move on now to the beef which we'll be using. I've had my butchers just cut them into nice thick slices. I've got 3 of those, and it's about a centimetre thick. Right, so the first step we're going to do is to salt this meat. Right. So the rock salt, you just put it directly onto the meat, sprinkle it on. There you go. Rub it into the meat. Make sure you get it all over the meat as well. Just move that. So basically the salt that we're using, it just helps to dry the meat out. It's a part of the curing process. The more salt you use, obviously the saltier your meat will be. But you want to make sure that you do use enough salt, otherwise your meat won't dry correctly and the chance of it spoiling will be a lot greater. So we're just working all the salt in. Okay, I think just a little bit more there. Right, let me just let you have a look at this quickly. Right, so basically that's the meat. Quite a bit of salt, as you can see there. Okay. Right, that then goes into a container and I'll put that in the fridge for about half an hour. So I'll see you in about half an hour's time. Okay, welcome back. We've got the meat out of the fridge. It's been in there for half an hour. I'll just show that to you so you can have a look and see what the effect the salt has had on the meat. As you can see there, it's drawn out all the liquid from the meat. Not all of it, just enough. And that's just going to contribute to the curing process. So the next thing we need to do now is we need to remove the salt. That will be done by dipping it in our brown vinegar. So I've just filled this Tupperware just to cover the surface. We're now going to use that and dip to remove the salt. Just push it in and brush it off with your fingers. There you go. Okay. Just run your fingers down the meat to make sure all the large pieces are gone. That should do. Okay. Next step is basically to cut the meat into the sizes that you're actually going to be using. This one is just going to go in half. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Next step is to spice it up. Just get some on there. There's a variety of spices you can use that you can find in your home. I'll just go through that in just a minute. You can have a look at what I've used here. You can also get spices off the internet, but I'll warn you about that as well in just a minute. We'll just finish this up and we can talk about that in just a second. So we're just spreading all the spice all over the meat, around the sides as well, around these edges. You need to get it on as well. Just get it on all over all sides, pretty much everywhere. That should do. Okay. There we go. That is it. So it's as simple as that. I'm now going to leave this in the fridge for about 12 hours, just so that it can marinate a bit more. There is salt in those spices, so it'll still continue to draw liquid out of the meat, which is good. But don't leave it in the fridge for too long. So let's have a quick look at that. You can see what it looks like close up. Very easy. There you go. So all it is, taken out of the fridge, dipped it in vinegar to remove the salt, and just lashed on whatever spices you want. Right. Put that in the fridge for 12 hours, and then we hang it up. Okay, welcome back. It's 12 hours later. I've removed the meat from the fridge. It's ready to be hung up. I'm going to hang it up in a biltong box. This is very similar to the design that I've shown you before that was made out of cardboard. The only difference is this is perspex and it can be reused. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but the cardboard can only really be used for 2 or 3 times. I wouldn't trust it with the amount of bacteria that could possibly build up in the cardboard itself. So I've purchased a biltong box. I'll leave you the link for that if you're interested. It's £150 postage and packaging, and it arrived about 72 hours after I ordered it. So it's a good deal. Have a look at the meat. That is ready to go. You can see the liquid at the bottom as well there. It's come out as well, some more. So we're just going to hook it up with those plastic hooks over there and leave it for 3 to 4 days. If you do not have a biltong box, all you can do is just hang it up in a room. Make sure there's no heat or any bugs or any dust. You can cover your biltong with food netting, and then if you can put a fan next to the meat and let the fan blow on it for as long as it's hanging. The fan just gives it a cool breeze to facilitate the drying. So 3 to 4 days, and that should be ready. I'm going to show you what it looks like after it's been hung up, and then we'll come back to you in 4 days and show you what it looks like when it's finished. And there we go. It's been hung up. I've put some paper towel in the bottom of the box just to catch the drippings there. I've made sure there's enough space between the meat. The meat's definitely not touching each other, and that's it. Right, and here we are 3 days later. Biltong is ready to be eaten. And there we have it. Thinly sliced, lets the flavour come out, and it can be eaten straight away. You can see the nice little bit of red in the middle, so it hasn't been completely dried out. You're going to get a lot of flavour from that. And that's the end of the video. I hope you found it useful, and if there's any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.